Hello, today we're going to be walking through how we make Reuteri yogurt, what it is, why it's beneficial, and it's really easy to make. So you get this beautiful yogurt, it's almost Greek yogurt consistency, and it's really easy to make, great for your gut health. So here's everything that you'll need. You can use an instant pot for this, but I'm actually going to be using a yogurt maker that I picked up on Amazon. I'll leave a link on how you can purchase this unit. And then this is what you'll need to start unless you already have a starter. I'll also link this below. So how to start the yogurt culture, you can either start with an existing yogurt, which I will be doing today, or you can start with one of these capsules. You just open up the capsule, you mix it with some warm half and half along with some inulin. I'll also link this inulin down below so that you all know which one that I'm working with. This is organic, made from Jerusalem artichokes. And we'll still use the inulin when we're starting this with an existing culture. Now, I went to Costco. They actually did not have any half and half. So instead of using half and half today, I'm going to start with some whole milk, and I have some organic heavy whipping cream. I'll do half of each to make up about a liter. And what we're going to do is we're going to heat both of these on low, and we'll do that for until it meets the temperature of 180 degrees. So I have this thermometer gun that'll let me check the temp. So we're going to do about 1/2 of this container of whole milk. This is organic A2 whole milk from Costco. All right, that is about half. Doesn't have to be exactly precise. If you use half and half, it's going to be thicker than if you make the yogurt with milk, which is why I like to use half and half. I like that more thick Greek yogurt type consistency. And then we're going to do about half of this heavy cream. Okay, there's about half there. And now we'll just keep that, can turn it up a little bit. And then we're going to stir this until it hits the 180 degree mark. And then we'll let it cool down to room temperature. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started on making our starter batch for the culture. We are going to take our existing Reuteri yogurt, and we're just going to take a couple tablespoons here. Add it there. And next we need a couple tablespoons of this inulin powder. Grab a spoon. And add that here. Gives it the good fiber to help feed that culture. Just did about 2 teaspoons actually. So done with that. We can set this aside, and then we're going to grab a little bit of that whole milk. And you can warm it up. You can also do it cold. It's worked fine for me either way. Oops, I did whipping cream. That's okay. We'll do a little whipping cream and a little bit of milk. Should work out beautifully either way. A little bit of whipping cream and a little bit of milk. So now we're just going to mix this in. Get all the chunks out. That's going to help get it started. Meanwhile, we have this heating. Let's see where we're at. 72 degrees. So we've got a while to go. We're going to mix this till it's smooth. You can actually use the whisk for this. what heating does is it helps to homogenize the milk, make sure there's no bacteria in it already so we can get a clean start for our yogurt. And then it helps it to create more of that thick texture, which I like. I like it to be more like Greek yogurt. Now, why make L-reuteri yogurt? This was really popularized by Dr. William Davis. He wrote a book called Supergut, and it's a very high probiotic yogurt, and it helps to release oxytocin in the body. You may have heard about the gut-brain barrier and the gut-brain connection. That's why we say our gut is like our brain. It really connects us to emotions, and they're starting to find so much more evidence of connections between things like anxiety and depression and your gut health. So it's really important that you have good gut microflora. And this is something that if you've been on antibiotics, it can really knock down your gut flora, kill all of the healthy bacteria that's in your gut, and it's something that is helpful to replenish. The L-reuteri is neat because you can't replace it in other ways. It's not found in traditional yogurt because it actually needs to be fermented in a different way. Most yogurt that you can buy commercially is fermented in only about 4 hours, and the L-reuteri has to ferment for a full 36 hours in order to ferment it appropriately. It has much higher probiotic counts than than standard yogurt, and you ferment it at a lower temperature. So we're actually going to ferment this yogurt at just 99 degrees for a full 36 hours. And again, you can do it in your Instapot. I'm going to be using this yogurt maker that you see here. All right, stay tuned. We're going to wait for this to heat to the 180. We are currently at 87, so we have a while to go. All right, let's recheck our temperature and see where we're at. Ooh, 190, perfect. We're gonna turn this off. Give it a stir. And we're gonna let this cool down to about 100 degrees. We have everything else ready to go right here. I'll pull that off the heat. Let that cool down. All right, our half and half has cooled. It's about, oh, you can't see it, but it's about 100 degrees, 99.3. So that's perfect because that's actually the same temperature that we are going to ferment it for 36 hours at. So now we're gonna take our slurry. This has the inulin, it has the yogurt culture to start the yogurt, and it also just has a little bit of half and half. So now we're gonna pour this in to our container. And we're gonna mix that up, make sure that it's really well incorporated. And then our next step is just to pour it into the jars, and we will get the yogurt started. All right, and this is our last step for making the yogurt. All we need to do is fill up these jars. I think I'm gonna use a funnel just to keep things from spilling here. We're gonna fill up . Alright, so we are almost all set. What we need to do is fill the yogurt maker with warm water. So we're going to take care of that, and we're going to start it. So the temperature, we're going to hit that. It's going to go to 99 degrees. We're going to hit start. It's set to 36 hours for the time. And now that's set to go. And all we need to do is add our warm water. So let's do that step now.
fill the water to the edge of your yogurt line. So we're gonna do almost to the top. Just a little bit more. All right, and that's all there is to it. We're gonna let this sit for 6 hours. We'll have some amazing L. reuteri yogurt.